Hey YouTube, how's it going? Red Baron flying at you with yet another video, and today, yes, we are talking about Frost. Recently, Dan had posted his Shattered Stars video, and during his Shattered Stars video, he finally posted in Frostix's ability. Yes, so I wanted to go over that today. I also wanted to go over synergy it might have with Cryoling, and I wanted to discuss the other two Frost Elestrals as well, and see what type of impact they'll have during set 2. But we're not only going to be talking about that, I also wanted to talk about the problems that these cards might have, and yes, they do have a few, so we will be going over that. So first, let's look over in Frostix's ability. You can expend 2 Frost Spirits to discard this card, in Frostix in order to special cast a single Blizzard enchantment cost Elestral from your underworld. Now, this is good. Most of you probably will immediately make the connection. This is like Rise. It is actually better than Rise if you will run a mono Blizzard, or excuse me, mono Frost deck. Instead of paying 3, or actually, I guess if you're using Rise, you would have to pay a total of 4 spirits in order to special cast an Elestral from your underworld. But if you use Frostix, it becomes 3. So this is 100% better. This is 100% a better Rise from if you are playing Frost. Now, what's worrisome about this card is if you notice the rule text, it says, and discard this in Frostix in order to special cast an Elestral with an enchantment cost of 1 Frost. So can't you just recast itself? And answer is probably yes. According to this effect, you can expend 2 Frost, discard in Frostix to special summon in Frostix. Now, I'm not sure if this is what the card was originally meant to do, but I personally hope this gets fixed, because I don't think any card should be able to special summon itself through its own effect through the underworld. There's various ways to actually change this up effect, but hopefully they realize this and change this soon. But in terms of balancing, or in terms of like how Frostix will actually get paired, how the synergy, what synergy it'll make in the other decks with the other decks, this sounds like a card you can easily splash in, or if it actually not this card in general, but Frost in general. If this is anything to go by, Frost seems like it'd be very good to just mix and match with any other elements, especially when you're going into a 2-cost. When your strategy is about going to 2-cost Elestrals, because as you noticed, the Elestral you summon or you special summon from the underworld doesn't have to be enchanted with a Frost spirit. So you can special summon this Cryoling that we know costs 1 Frost, and special summon it with either a Fire or any other spirit, and that can easily go into a 2-cost Elestral. This is fairly good. I think it was similar to what Ferrix was in the very beginning. Ferrix was very easily, at the very beginning, Ferrix was able to mix and match its spirits. But yeah, I think this is a very good card. If you want to make 2-cost Celestial decks, this will be good for it. Now, speaking of Cryoling, let's go into Cryoling for a second. Let's look at this card. So it says, this Cryoling gets +1 for each Frost in your underworld. We'll get back to that. When this Cryoling has an attack of 6 or greater, you have to either destroy it or special summon it into Cryovern from your hand or deck. So let's take each effect line by line and see exactly what's happening here. So Cryoling gets +1 for each Blizzard in your underworld. That's a very powerful, and you can get a very high attack with this, possibly. But then it's limited by saying, when this Cryovern has an attack greater than 6, sorry, I believe I said 6 or greater last time, but greater than 6, you have to destroy it or ascend it. So this is automatically going to get a max attack of 6, and if it goes any higher, you have to do something with it. Now, 6 would be currently our strongest Besides Mistation, which you have to expend for, Cryoling would be our strongest attacker. Now, am I worried about this? No, not really. Why? Because you have to forcibly destroy it once it gets any higher. So, that means if you want to play Cryoling at a 6 attack for the rest of the game, that means you cannot play any other Frost Elestrals, or you can't use any other Frost Spirits, or else its effect is going to activate. Now, what's concerning about this card, on this effect, it says when this Cryoling has an attack greater than 6, you must either destroy it or special summon it to a Cryvern. So, does this mean it can special summon during battle phase? That's how I'm reading it. You would be able to. Say you have this Cryoling on the field plus one other Frost Elestral, and you, I don't know, mistakenly, you got Cryoling's effect confused, and you attack the other Frost Elestral, destroying it, now making it so he has, what, 6 Frost Spirits in his underworld? That would immediately activate Cryoling, and he would have to do something with it. Either destroy it or go into Cryovern. Now, this leads me to something else. If Cryovern has a crazy effect, then this just blows the battle phase out a lot of proportion. Say the Cryoling just ascends mid-combat, and here comes a Cryovern, and it like pops 2 back row when it receives the spirit. All of a sudden, this becomes the strongest 2-cost Elestral that we have. Or if it pops on your opponent's Elestral, that's also crazy. And then you can do a lot of different combos like this. Say you're the one who has control of Cryoling, and you have a Jolton on your side of the field, and your opponent also has a Jolton and Elchik also in attack mode. And then you can take, or sorry, excuse me. Say you had not a Jolton, but a like a 4 attack Frost. Doesn't matter what it is. And then they have an Elchik and a Jolton. You just take your 4 attack Frost Elestral, attack and crash, then finally that one remaining Frost Spirit that you needed in your underworld gets there, and then all of a sudden it ascends. Your Cryoling ascends, and then you get this really, really OP effect that happens when it enters the battlefield. Now, I really hope this isn't the case, and then you're able to activate it during battle phase, because this sounds like it's going to cause a whole lot of trouble. But in terms of, let's talk about how easy it is to actually get this effect off, though. When you look at Cryovern, you just want to get spirits into your graveyard, in your underworld, correct? So, and that's fairly easy to do right now. We've seen it multiple times. We've seen double Nectar of the Gods being thrown off, been used, and then we also have this Frostix. So say you hit the double Nog, and then with using this Frostix, you expend 2 to summon Frostix already. That's a special summon. You have Frostix on the field for 2/3, and then you normal cast a Cryoling, and it's turn 1. You're already dealing with a 2/3, which is whatever, and then you're also dealing with a 6/3 Cryoling immediately from turn 1, and then you have to be prepared for Cryvern whenever it comes out. So this definitely shows a really good synergy, but it's also a really scary synergy, because it shows a lot of field pressure, and then we don't really know what Cryoling's, like Cryovern, what it does. So yeah, I'm kind of worried. I'm like, okay, this is fine, but I'm also kind of worried that Frostix might be a little bit too strong to be able to target itself with its own effect, and Cryoling being able to a special send during the battle phase is just really weird. So in terms of the last 2 Frost Spirits that we have, one we don't know anything about, so I'm not even going to speculate that. That's on Urskot, I believe. We literally, besides its name and besides what it looks like, we know absolutely nothing. We don't know its cost, we don't know its effect. It could do a lot of things. Even its name doesn't give it away, so I'm not really going to speculate on this, because it's no reason to speculate whether it's Nexus or whether it's a Searcher or anything along those lines, because we just don't know. And there's no point in me going into something which there's no proof of anything. But the only other Frost Elestral that we know of is Chillatl. Now, if Earth Scout does, I know I said I wouldn't speculate, but if Earth Scout is a Frost Searcher and special summons, if it's destroyed by battle and special summons a Frost from your deck, that'd be great synergy with Chillatl. Chillatl is when it enters the battlefield, or when you cast this Chillatl, you get to target 2 of your opponent's back rows, and they can't activate them as long as Chillatl is on the field. Now, Chillatl currently is not that good. You literally have to draw into it. There's no way to search it out. But if the Earth Coat does do that, this card becomes so much better, and Frost's element is going to be very, very strong, I think. Yeah. And that's pretty much what I have in terms of Frost. I'm looking forward to using Frost during set 2. I feel like it'll have a lot of Underworld. It seems from what we know so far, it'll have a lot to do with the Underworld, which is great because I love recursion. I love summoning things back from the dead. But anyways, yeah. I hope you guys found this video informative, and I'll catch you all later. Bye, hi.